Hello and welcome back. In this week, we are going to be talking about loving kindness and compassion. But before we get started, let's do a quick little settling in meditation, and then I'll give you the instructions or practice recommendations for the week. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. And if you need to pause the video right now, please go ahead and do that. So go ahead and bring your awareness to the breath and the sensations of breathing. If you would like to take a couple of big, deep, intentional inhale and exhalations, go ahead and do that now. Connecting with the place that you feel the breath most distinctly and most pleasurable. And after about 3 or 4 breaths, allow your breathing to resume its natural rhythm. And take a moment to scan your body for any obvious areas of tension. If there are areas of tension, you might inquire whether it is simply physical in nature. Maybe your muscles are sore, or if it is emotional in nature, if it is some kind of emotion that you're carrying with you today. And whatever it is, just hold that space with care. You can offer some ease and relaxation. The area can easily release, and that's great. And if not, that's also great. You can just simply move your awareness back to the breath after you've done a quick little scan of the body, checking in and allowing or offering yourself whatever it is that you need today. And if you find that your mind has wandered, no problem, just a gentle reminder to come back to the breath or sounds if that is what you're working with today. We are on the last module of this course. It has been my absolute pleasure creating this course for you. And I want to offer my gratitude to you for participating, for taking time out of your schedule to learn this beautiful practice. You might take a moment and tune into your heart center. Maybe even bring to mind somebody that you love dearly or somebody that you know loves you dearly. As you connect to this being, then it could be a person or even a pet or a spiritual figure of some kind. Connect with this being and the love that you share and bring that into your practice today. And then for the final minute of the session, we'll generate some merit, some loving kindness and compassion collected in the heart center, some gratitude, all of the positive experiences and outcomes of this practice, all of the merit we've accumulated. And we're just going to generate it outward. You might first generate it to the being that you brought to mind, and then extend it farther to include everybody that you know. And extending it even further to even strangers that you've never met. Again, you might offer some words. May you be happy and know the causes of happiness. May you have peace and know the causes of peace. May you be loved unconditionally and be free from suffering. Thank you. So this week, as I mentioned, we are going to be talking about loving kindness and compassion. And before we get into that, I want to give you some practice instructions for the week. So you are now, or should be, right around 15 minutes of seated practice every day. And I suggest that you continue to add time. And there's really not, it's not necessary for you to go past 20 or 25 minutes or 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes, as I mentioned before, is kind of the sweet spot for a lot of meditators. It's the amount of time that they can dedicate without feeling like they need to be rushing around or anything like that. So if you can sit for 20 to 30 minutes, that's excellent. If you want to keep increasing your time, then go ahead. And you're at the point now where you can be wise about this and understand hopefully what it is that you need, if whether it be to add a little bit more time or back off a little bit. But just as a reminder, it is really common, even for me, to have a whole meditation practice that is just difficult. And there's nothing wrong with that. So if one day you're having a really difficult practice, that doesn't mean that you should cut your time in half the following day. Just see where it goes. So for this week, please go ahead and try to increase your time for another 5 minutes, up to 20 minutes or up to 30 minutes, depending on where you are sitting right now. And then after that, your practice should include all of the different components that we have been working with, everything that you have learned from mindfulness of breath. You can incorporate sounds as your object, emotions, mental activity. So, all of these different experiences are simply just the movement of experience or the shift of the changing present moment. And no matter what arises, you can now work on becoming aware of what is happening in the here and now. Now, awareness grows the more you practice, and it becomes more and more refined over time. And if you are finding that you are completely lost in thought for the most of your meditation practice, that's okay. This is still the starting point, and that's totally normal for a lot of people. So, if you need to go through and rewatch the videos or some of the practice instructions, please feel free to do that. The course will be open all the time for you. So again, as a reminder, this week you can use these practices. They're called Metta and Tonglen. You can use these practices in your meditation practice, but these practices are not necessarily only for the cushion. These practices are great practice off the cushion, and I will talk a bit more about off the cushion practice at the end of this module. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.